When you give thanks to God, it will always increase your faith. Your faith gets bigger and your faith gets stronger. If you find a complainer, I promise you, people who live with an attitude of complaining, they're draining their faith. Their faith is not increasing, their faith is decreasing. And people of praise are increasing in faith. Let me give you some reasons why this happens. Because first of all, when you give thanks, you become what I would call more aware of God's blessings in your life. So you can't give thanks without stopping for a moment and thinking about the blessings of God in your life. And when you think of the blessings of God in your life, you become aware of God in your life. You can't connect blessings, God's blessings, without connecting them to the source, to God. And so it turns your attention toward God. It also, when you give thanks, it increases your appreciation for God's goodness. You begin to think about all that you have in your life that you really didn't deserve, you don't deserve, but nevertheless, God, out of his goodness, has brought these things to you. And so again, you're pumping up, you're encouraging, you're building your faith, we might say. And then when you give thanks, there's this anticipation as well of God's care in your present and your future. You can look back and say, look at what God has done here, and this is revealing the goodness of God, the appreciation of God's goodness for me. And now I know that what I'm going through right now, that the same God that has been good to me will be good to me now, and I know that I can trust him for his goodness in my future. Do you see how giving thanks begins to build your faith? It increases also your willingness and your readiness to obey God's word, God's commands. Because when you have this attitude of gratitude and realize what God has done for you and all the blessings that you have in your life, and you're focused upon that and you're expressing your gratitude to God, and you're having confidence in his promises, then you'll know, it's worth it to obey God. I'm not just obeying God because I have to. I'm obeying God because I want to, because there's a blessing that flows to me through obedience to God.